Man, I would love to sit around at a hostess club right now. And not just, you know, do nothing. Nick the Oreo was tweeting about before, like, how, if he goes to VidCon next year, he's gonna have a pre-cut video to drop on someone during VidCon. It's like taking Willie Mac one step further, because Willie Mac dropped his I'm Alex video, like, the day after VidCon. So Nick the Oreo's taking that up a notch. But then I'm reading that tweet, and I'm just thinking, man, I VidCon next year? I mean, yeah, it's a year from now, but will we all be just living in fucking pods by then? Like, is this it? We're just like, human interaction is over forever now. That's how it feels. Yeah, like, I kind of feel bad, because tomorrow, well, this weekend, I was supposed to be away now. I was supposed to be in Atlantic City right now. It was going to be my friend's bachelor party. He, like, oh my god, he picked, like, the unluckiest time to have his fucking wedding, man. But we were going to have a bachelor party in Atlantic City. You know, get a hotel, just, like, be a good time. And we were even, like, talking tentatively, like, you know, let's just do it, it's open. The numbers are down here in New York, but then, like, it became a thing where it's like, we can't, like, risk everyone's safety. Just, you know, go to Atlantic City and have a bachelor party. So, he made these plans to do virtual, like, meetups and shit, and, like, I opted out. Like, I feel dick, but, like, honestly, all these virtual hangouts and things like that, they're making me so miserable. They're making me, like, I remember the lockdown first happens, and I'm getting invites to, like, virtual raves, and all these, like, virtual, like, oh, we're gonna hang out on the internet, just like it was real life. And you would think a guy like me, you would probably expect me to be into that thing, but to me, it's just sad and depressing. Like, I would rather just live like a fucking monk until this is all over. And they have, like, approximations to it. There's, like, they're getting, like, a virtual blackjack table. Actually, I like to play blackjack. That's usually my go-to if I go to a casino, because if you do make all the mathematically correct choices in blackjack, the house only has, like, a 1% edge of beating you. And every time I played blackjack like that, you know, you quit while you're up, and you can walk away, and, like, I would be on tour and double my money and just, you know, use it to eat for that week. But if you have a time limit for that, it doesn't count as counting cards. In fact, a lot of times, Loop, the dealer will help you do this. Like, if they see that, like, especially, like, people who are new, they'll kind of, like, give you hints at, like, what moves you should be making sometimes. Which is why you should always tip your dealer. If you have money left to tip at the end, at least. But yeah, like, being constricted into, like, a 1-hour time limit for blackjack, it changes that strategy that I would have, where it's like, oh, well, now I'm locked into the time thing, so if I am up significantly early on, I might, you know, well, I'm here, we got the time limit, so I might oh, he has guns. Alright. I might wind up losing it all. Gambling streams do really well on Twitch, too. I think it's more so poker, which I'm not very good at poker. But it comes with time, too, poker. I don't, like, people who are good at poker, they play a lot of poker, so they have, like, a better idea of what everyone might have, which is what's the key to the game. Oh, yeah, slot machine. That's the thing, too, like, poker, like, there's more complexity to getting good at poker. Blackjack, you can learn the odds in blackjack very quickly. Like, you can, like, there's a table you can look at. And obviously, like, being good at blackjack, it's not as good as being good at poker, because if you're good at poker, there's a lot more upside to it. But it's definitely more accessible. And if you're a slot machines, you're just a sucker. Like, you're just giving money, and it'll, like, pay out one person sometimes, but your odds are you're not getting shit at the slot machine. At least that wedding I'm going to, though, it'll be an outdoor thing, so, like, that can happen. And it's like, oh, there's probably some people who are having, like, a virtual wedding. Can you imagine that? That's so depressing. I've never been a person who really had to deal with like mental health issues or anything like that, but I feel myself like taking steps to like just improve my mood now that it's like really starting to drag. Like you'll saw I like do streams where it's like all of a sudden I'm like dressed up like I'm going to go out, and it's just like, you know, every day like not dressing up because you have nowhere to go. It's kind of it wears on you. Like, I was chilling at the beginning of this whole thing because I'm used to, like, not going out that much, but then it's like, alright, come on, I want to do something. Okay, something I fucking hate, too, about just, like, the whole thing of blackjack. If someone, like, you know how I said there's, like, always, like, a mathematically correct move in blackjack? Some people, like, if there's someone at the table that's not making the correct moves, they get super butthurt. Like, oh, well, now you fucking us all up because we're not getting the cards we were supposed to get. And it's like, yeah, that's true, but that can work either way. Like, you might get a card you weren't supposed to get and win because of it, or you might lose because of it. It's, unless you're counting cards, it's not making a difference in an appreciable way. Yeah, like, there's this thing people say at blackjack where it's like, oh, everyone on the table is playing as a team. It might feel that way, like you're playing in a team because you're all against the dealer, but you're not playing as a fucking team. This is like idiot, mathematically illiterate gambler logic. Unless you're counting the cards, which, unless you're like some Rain Man super genius, you're not succeeding at counting the cards at these fucking places. Like, they'll have like a million fucking decks they keep on shuffling. I'm getting like frustrated now thinking about like stupid people I've met at blackjack tables that are getting like worked up about that. A good example was, there is a guy who was a blackjack dealer and his girlfriend sitting at the table with us. And his, like, the guy who was the dealer, he was making all the right moves and he kept on losing. His girlfriend kept on making the wrong moves but winning. And then there are other people at the table like getting pissed that she's like doing the wrong thing and the dealer's trying to, like, you know, do like, be like, alright, so like you got lucky, but like mathematically you're like way against the odds here. She's making these strange moves. And when the other people at the table are winning, and like, this wasn't affecting me in any kind of way because I'm like sitting at the like the first seat at the table. But other people are getting like mad fucking butthurt at her when they lose on a hand and she made a weird move, but then sometimes they're winning too. So it's like, do you not understand like that? Like I said, if you're not counting the fucking cards, it doesn't really matter what moves the other people are making. If that happens, it affects you in like a butterfly effect kind of way. If I walk outside and get hit by a car, and that car just happened to be stopped at a stop sign longer than it should have been because someone was crossing the street, it's like saying the person who crossed the street caused me to get hit by the car.